Hi, I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. I'm called the Big Game Hunter because I've been hunting down leaders and staff for organizations for more than 40 years. Let's talk today about how to deal with that gap in your resume. You know, that period of time where it took you 5 months, 8 months, 7 months, whatever it is, to find a new position 3 years ago. How do you deal with that interruption in your experience? Now, some people have this silly idea that they're supposed to lie and try and cover it up. I must, in all honesty, tell you it doesn't work. Employers are cooperating with one another, and they do background checks post-employment. They'll send a note to your previous employer and say, Jane explained that, wrote on her application that she worked for you for such and such period of time. Does that seem somewhat accurate? If they find an inconsistency in your job history, it's grounds for termination. They can't keep you on board because, frankly, lying can get them into trouble. Imagine for a second you're employed and you commit some sort of crime. You're on Wall Street and you steal or trade grandma's life savings down to zero. Can you imagine what happens when the lawyer gets a hold of the firm and asks, so you knew he lied, he lied in his employment application and you still kept him on board? How's that going to play out in the courts? So employers have a very simple policy. They'll terminate you. They'll terminate you without any warning whatsoever. Basically what they'll do is meet you at your desk with security, hand you a box of your personal things, and send you on your way. You don't want that to happen. Here's how you deal with it. When you have a gap in your background, what you do is you use the cover email that you send your resume in. Cover emails are like the old cover letters. You don't send a separate document. You use the message area of your email to sell yourself. So you might say, I'm forwarding my resume to you because I was referred by so-and-so who told me that you had a position for such and such. Or I saw your listing on such and such site and understood you were trying to hire such and such type of person. Then the second paragraph talks about your qualifications and how your background fits the role. The third one allows you to say something like, you may notice in my history, 4 years ago I was unemployed for 6 months. During that time, the economy was terrible. I found it difficult to find work. I was able to ultimately land with another organization. Or you might just simply say, I had an injury at that time. I'd been in a car accident. I had surgery. It was impossible for me to return to work. Or I assisted my dying mom during the last months of her life. These are pretty common stories that employers hear. Another one that they hear, I took a package to leave my organization. I decided that I hadn't had a lengthy vacation since I was in college and decided to spend 4 months traveling in China before coming back and resuming my career. Whatever it is, use that in the third paragraph and then go back and sell yourself in the remainder of the cover email. This is the easiest way to deal with a gap in your background. And then you just have to remember what you told them in the course of the email so that when you meet with them in person and they raise the subject, they're looking for consistency. So if you talk about that vacation that you took, you say, I know a lot of people would find it difficult to believe, but it was one of the great 4 months of my life. And I love my work, but it was an opportunity to travel. I had money in the bank. I decided to take advantage of this time. And you just do it in a way that sounds like you're absolutely sincere. So this is the easiest way to deal with a gap in your background. I hope you found this video helpful. This is Jeff Altman. If you like this video, there are more at my website, which is called jeffaltman.com. That's JEFFALTMAN.com. Come over to the website, and while you're there, sign up for a complimentary subscription to my e-zine, which is called No BS Job Search Advice e-zine. I publish it on Tuesdays with advice for job hunters. You can also read many of the articles I've written for previously while you're at the site. Watch those videos. There are more than 50 sites that you can post your resume to. There's information about my books and guides to job hunting, other people's books for job hunting, all of which are available on Amazon. In addition, you can listen to podcasts from my radio show, No BS Job Search Advice Radio. By the way, I do that on Monday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern on Blog Talk Radio. You can listen to it live, or as I mentioned, listen to the podcast at jeffaltman.com. Again, hope you found this helpful. Have a great day.